it's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Thursday. You know what I call Thursday?
What's that?
It's called the thirsty day.
Thirsty day?
Yeah, because you usually feel so drained.
You're a little low energy.
Low in energy. So Thursday, thirsty day.
Okay, well we gotta get you pumped up. We gotta get some new energy sources for you.
Yeah, you're going to talk about energy today?
I think all of Hong Kong needs to think about new energy sources for the future. So
Why?
I think so, and so we wrote about it. Right here,
the energy consultation.
That's right. You know, a little segue to prop out the props.
So you're giving us energy on the thirsty day?
That's right. Yeah, energy on your thirsty day. You're thirsty for energy. Hong Kong is going to be thirsty for energy, apparently.
Yep.
So we were writing about the fuel mix consultation, which is turning out to be very controversial. Even the sources of it, of the consultation document itself, are turning out to be very controversial.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have never seen this kind of like disagreement between the government and the utilities in Hong Kong before. It's getting pretty fierce.
Yep.
And a lot of it goes to, like, when you look at these, option 1, option 2, option 1, option 2, the government has put out there, option 1, more power from China through China Southern Power Grid, or option 2, generate more in Hong Kong through liquid natural gas. And, but when you start to look at how that document was put together, and people have kind of picked up on this, it's like, who wrote that document? It was an organization that didn't have to go through tender. There was no tender done. The government's answer to that, and they, not yesterday, but the week before in LegCo, their answer was basically, the rules say we didn't have to tender.
Well, because of the budget.
Because of the budget, because it was under a certain threshold.
Under 1.4 million.
Yeah, but the company that did the consultation that was saying, option 1, more China Southern Power Grid, was owned by China Southern Power Grid. I mean, they used to be a part of it, right? And there's been restructuring. The government's like, we're convinced that, they're arm's length enough. But, China. I hate to say it, but, and it really, you start to look at the consultation document, and you're like, well, where's waste to energy? And they're like, don't worry, we looked at that in 2010. Then why is it not in here? I mean, it just seems to raise a lot of questions about how the document was put together. And with the amount of opposition that's being thrown up, I'm thinking they might have to go back to the drawing board.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you look at it and you're like, we've got two options here, and it's like, not enough, especially when waste to energy is so much better than it used to be, even 3 or 4 years ago. We should be looking at that, especially given Hong Kong's waste problems, right? If we can kill two birds with one stone.
I think the key is economists, including the head of the advisory on energy.
Yeah.
There's a government advisory body on energy.
Yeah.
The chair has estimated that either way, our electricity bill is going to double.
It's going to go up.
It's going to go up.
No doubt.
So I think the key point is maybe we should throw away the two options. Maybe we should just think about, are we willing to pay really high price?
Yeah.
Or are we not?
Well, yeah.
I think that's one of the two routes.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you throw away the options,
yeah.
Obviously there's the higher price goes with cleaner air, more stability, favored by the two electricity companies. So you have local stability. Politically. So on the other hand, if you go for an outside sources, of course it will be cheaper. Of course it
not
will
necessarily.
be cheaper.
Not necessarily.
In the bigger scheme of things, the government will argue it will be cheaper. Of course, people start arguing that there may be transfer facilities from the mainland and the grid and all that.
And you lose control. They kind of have
lose
you,
control,
like with water.
And to maintain the stability, you may need to put up more backup sources for the stability thing.
Yeah.
So I think the key point is you would rather have all the costs build up here now
within your control,
or you take the risk.
Yeah.
It may be lower price, but at least in the short term, it could be lower price.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the decision to make, rather than going into the really details. But I think I don't know. I really don't know now.
Yeah. This particular
I really don't know whether Hong Kong people will go for the dollar sign or go for stability at higher price.
Yeah, it's because normally the three things you consider are reliability of power source, environmental impact, and price.
Yeah.
But when you start looking at it, the way this thing is set up, there's also questions of Hong Kong's independence and ability to control its future, which has become, I think, a very important issue here.
Well, in any case, I think we should get our priorities straight.
Yeah.
I think that the problem with the consultation document is that we haven't been consulted on the priorities.
Yeah.
But rather we go for the options,
yeah.
which are very broad.
Yeah.
So I think we should set. I think either the government should clearly state the priority.
Yeah.
In each option.
Yeah.
Let's say option 1 is go for the self-sustained model.
Right.
So
option 2 is closer to that. But
option 2. Sorry. Option 2 is the self-sustained model. So you put self-sustainability.
Yeah.
As your top priority.
Yeah.
Price will go secondary.
Yeah.
For the first one, the first option, if you buy more electricity from the mainland, then sustainability will go for second place.
Yeah.
Maybe you put price on the first place.
Yeah.
But is it what the Hong Kong people want? I mean, that should be the consultation rather than you go for the option.
Yeah, like here are 2 options cooked up by some guys who are associated with the company that stands most to benefit. I mean, it looks a little weird, but I think really come back to the people and ask them what we should do.
Well, I seriously, I don't want this consultation to fall off.
Yeah.
Because it will take ages.
Yeah.
And once it takes ages, we may have even a much higher cost in terms of electricity generation. So I would rather they fix one of the priorities and then go for it, and then we can drill on the details later. Yeah. Well, but anyway, utilities, gear up for today.
All right, look at the utilities.
Okay.